Hello again. Welcome back to KKND 2 post commentary. This is gonna be Series 9, missions 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Ready?
Welcome, Unit 21. Our farming heritage is wasted, and we have found humans who dare to dwell on the graves of our crops. Humans nuked our fields and our reason for existing. Punishment is due. These surface dwellers beg for this punishment. They currently attack our oil refinery in the northeast. Build up our southwest base to protect it. Destroy the bridges to minimize enemy attack routes and distract the enemy from our refineries. Then destroy them all.
He's so blunt and to the
It's like,
point.
then destroy them all.
Destroy
Also,
them
if you're not paying attention, you don't end up destroying. Okay, so you're on slowest here, and he just speeds it up by if you don't destroy the bridges, then you just get attacked, right?
Yeah.
It's really cool though. Like in this game, like they never tell you who you are. Like you're Ganaho when you're fucking playing the Evolved.
And
You're
you're
Unit 21 when you're playing fucking Series 9.
And you're just commander when you're playing Survivor.
Yeah, they just put you into a position that sounds cool.
Yeah. But I like how they like in this game they're more like, you know, if this was, you know, StarCraft, a little pop-up thing would be like, you know, click on your units and click attack to destroy the bridge. Bah, 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 destroy the bridge. In this, they tell you in the intro, and then they don't tell you anything after that.
Yeah.
Right? So they're like, destroy the bridges to minimize attack rates.
And what also sucks is notice how this is like far away and it doesn't let you, like, it doesn't shoot the screen to it, does it? For this, like you had to move the camera.
Yeah, I had to move the camera.
So like sometimes this says, you know, reinforcements come in, but you know, if you're looking at like your shit, you're just like, okay, where's the reinforcements? You actually have to look around the map. Like most people wouldn't even know that you had a top right base.
Yeah, exactly.
There would be a point where like you're like, I'm under attack, like where? And you're just like so fucking confused.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
then
where's this money
around.
coming from? I'm like, I'm getting money, but I don't know where it's coming from.
And that's what a lot of the appeal of like the older games, like with Mega Man, it's just you go for it. Like there's no tutorial, like you fucking just play it and like fail 1,000 times.
The game designers assume you're not an idiot and that you can figure it out yourself.
And that's what like a lot of the newer games are fucking like. It's like really frustrating. That's a really good position how it's like in the corner there.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, my Terran-ness is shining through with my building placement because I don't know if any of you play Terran of like any like higher tier caliber, maybe platinum and up, where you really have to start paying attention to like your overall building placement in your base, or else you run out of room to like actually build all the buildings you need. I mean, and I'm talking when you're building more than 3, maybe 4 bases even. I'm not talking about like stupid like rush strategies, because I know there's a lot of cheese in like the lower leagues. But like if you're playing a macro style and you're going up to 4 bases, and you have 6 factories and 4 starports, and you're going like a giant mech army, like you better make damn sure you've got room for everything.
Yeah.
Or else, you know, or worse yet, that you're like, you know, you'll lose a fight.
It's cool, I'm making Thors, except 3 of them are stuck in my
exactly.
base. Now I have to relocate almost everything.
Yeah. And I've lost many a battle because, you know, I've had like 4 or 5 siege tanks that were just stuck in my base. And when Corinne and I play 2 versus 2 and her creep encroaches on my base, that's always a pain.
Oh, I only do it when we're winning.
Yeah.
Just to like give them
you didn't intentionally before because like you weren't used to the 2v2s, so you just like creep everywhere, and I would end up like.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle, getting my shit on your shit.
Yeah, you're pooping my base.
I poop in your base. What are you gonna do?
I'll poop in your base. I'll poop in Mara's base.
I poop in their base.
Let's do Upgrade successfully installed. I like how like kind of British.
Initiated.
Initiated. Motion data active. It is so.
Is this Robots 2 or Robots 1?
This is Robots 2.
So it's this song that like progresses to be awesome. Like we'll stop talking when it like gets to like really.
I don't think it'll get that far though, because this is a really
Really?
long song. It's like a 9-minute song.
And you know what's fucking awesome? Like I fucking love Emon Zerd and Dreamy Soul for like fucking Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale. But like the songs that they make are sometimes like a minute and a half. They're beautiful, but they're a minute goddamn half.
Yeah, and
I'm
really
like, that's
situational, like battle
Yeah.
or like the calm after
but
the battle.
KKND is like, I'm pretty sure the shortest would be like 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
that's not even
Yeah.
a thing. I'm like, they're fucking like 7 to 8 minute long songs. They're like Tool length. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, so good. I love like long songs because then they have time to progress and become something bigger than
Exactly.
stuff. And the person that made it, I think it's two. Like we did research on this, and it ended up being like a father and son.
Yeah.
I can't remember their names right now, but anyway, the songs progress that they layer like certain melodies on top of each other. And what's great about fucking Series 9 is when like it builds up so that every layer eventually is in sync and like together. And that's the biggest part of the song.
Yeah,
it happens
like-
at like 7 minutes, and you're like, oh my god, this song is like
Everything I've heard
amazing.
so far is protruding my ears and making me
happy.
awesome. Yeah.
Oh my god. And then it stops, and you get this like fucking radio sound that's like
Yeah, I actually
modulating
don't
a certain frequency and like melody. Then it's just so good.
Yeah, this is I think this is Robot 1 or 3. It's
Yeah,
not,
I don't
it's not
think
2.
it's 2. 2 is like amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm tired now.
You just expelled all that energy thinking about how awesome this was.
Include a link to Robot 2.
Yeah, I will. I'll put a link in the description to like the soundtrack or something. Death mode on. Active. No, anger activated.
I think.
Yeah, I think it's consistent too. Like there are some really good gems of composition and music in older gaming titles that you really like. I think they're just so underrated. Like you take Jesper Kid's 16-bit compositions for Subterranea, Red Zone, and Adventures of Batman and Robin, and they're like anywhere between 4 and 10-minute full compositions, right? It's not a minute 30-second loop or a 45-second loop. It's a whole freaking song that's just incredible. Like they're so well put together.
Yeah.
So
and
well
like
put
similar to this, it like there's like a layering style, and the layering style like you especially see it with the Evolved, where this is like all of them just layering. Anyway, yeah. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, Cal.
No, it's good. You continue on your point.
Where it's just layering of specific melodies, and then you omit some, and then you create different compositions, like compositions of like certain layers.
Yeah.
And then like over time you just get like different combinations, and that's how they can create 8-minute songs, is that they just create different combinations with like the specific things, but then they build it up in a specific way that has like intent, which makes it like acceptable. If it's just like repeating shit, and then they layer repeating shit over repeating shit, like it sounds kind of bad, but like in this they use them in such a good way that it creates like just magnificent composition.
Yes, exactly. And that's like the product of a good composer is the ability to take different melodies and string them together and like add and remove stuff. One of the biggest lessons I learned as a drummer was that it's so much easier to add more and more and more than it is to actually like take
Omit
away.
a
Yeah,
few.
exactly. And that's the real strength of these, is they omit melodies at the exact right times to
Got it.
exactly slam dunk. All right, next mission.
As much as we country folk despise the city, we must venture into one to harm the enemy. The ugly ones use inner city roads to transport oil. Our strategy computers were excited by this. Something about sitting ducks. Cripple the enemy by destroying their tankers, then kick them while they're down and annihilate them. Begin.
Best, okay, if you're gonna make an RTS game about just destroying your enemy, you have to make intros like that.
And it's just arbitrarily kill things. Then. Oh my god.
There's really no like story arc to this. Like in StarCraft, it's about Jim Raynor and Sarah Kerrigan and the Protoss and the Zerg and blah blah blah. And KKND, it's like, this is war, bitch.
Kill them.
Then kick them while they're down and annihilate them. Begin.
Oh man, so good. And that's why they can have such interesting intros, is because they don't have this huge arching.
Yeah, they don't have like expectations of like actually having a story.
Or a conclusion.
Yeah.
Actually, does the end mission of each race have a conclusion?
It does have like a conclusion video, but it's only like a victory video. Like it's like, this army is supreme, and it like the flag goes in the ground and all our enemies are dead. And that's basically that's what it is. Oh, it's great. And not to take away from you know, like I'd say Warcraft 3 specifically has a really good strong story arc campaign, right? Like it's so good. We should actually play that sometime for this.
Warcraft 3?
Yeah, Warcraft 3 has Warcraft 3 has the best campaign of all the Blizzard RTS games.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
StarCraft
2 is great.
I didn't play Warcraft 3 beyond that. I'm like, I'm satisfied with this.
Yeah.
But now that but that was before I knew how to play StarCraft, so.
Yeah, I know. We should go back and like go through it. Maybe like take turns or like.
Yeah. I like parry units.
Yeah.
You don't get that in StarCraft. You get Sarah Kerrigan. And sometimes Jimrainer.
Yeah. The StarCraft campaign, like StarCraft 2, I think part of the Swarm was better than the Wings of Liberty campaign-wise. Like the gimmicks were better, but at the same time, like Wings of Liberty is still a really strong campaign.
I just like the fuck blah blah blah. With StarCraft though, like my expectations for Heart of the Swarm, I'm like, this is from like the Zerg perspective. Like,
Yeah.
how would they obviously must have like not asked for help, but like get references from people that have fucking like degrees and shit. Although they use the term evolution wrong, so I'm gonna like forgive them for that. But I was just like, anyone goes into science, it's like really hard to ignore the fact that they use evolution like wrong. That term, they use it so wrong, and it like hurts me. Like it actually just like
burns your soul.
It's just like my suspension of disbelief. Stop killing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
what would be the proper term?
Evolution doesn't.
Yeah,
they use
no,
evolution over the account of like one individual.
Yeah, evolution
whereas
occurs
that's like
over-
the exact opposite. It's over generations of individuals.
Exactly. So the term they should have used was like augmentation or something.
Yeah. Yes. That would have been a lot better.
And like to be honest, until Corinne mentioned this right now, I didn't notice. Like it's not something I would pick up on because I'm a musician. I'm not about science. I'm all. That's where my.
But it just made me like
lie.
really hard to believe, even though it was so cool. I was really excited about being able to see like roaches and zerglings all close up.
Yeah.
And like, I don't remember his name. Arvid.
Oh.
Arbiture. That one guy that like strung DNA together.
Yeah.
Synthesized.
And to be honest, there was like it was kind of hit or miss. Like the characters, like it was Sarah Kerrigan and that guy. Fuck, I can't remember what his name is. Yeah, I can't remember it. It was really good in some spots and also like kind of bad in other spots.
I just like how he like. Oh god, I can't remember his name. The guy that strings DNA together. He's like his feelings are kind of hurt sometimes because like he would be like, oh, this infestor is like way beyond like what I could do, like because they find like Zerg units over time, and they found the infestor and they're like, he didn't understand, and Sarah Kerrigan's like, don't worry, I'm not like replacing you or anything, like it's like don't feel like
recommend
so funny.
transfer to new swarm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just funny.
Yes.
I've been drinking around.
There was moments.
Can't really talk.
She has been drinking a lot of rum.
I can't help it.
It's good. It's what makes the post commentary very, very cheerful and awesome. And we like I mean, it's funny because like half the time we're not even talking about the mission. You're just watching me kick asses playing it. Like I could talk about the strategy I'm using all day, but really it's like superfluous from us just like providing commentary and talking about RTS, because that's really what I think our channel is going to end up being about, is like a really strategy, more RTS than anything else kind of based channel. And hey, KKND.
Oh, that's the drum ship.
Yeah, it's just a reinforcements have arrived.
Squish him! Squish all of them! Squish!
Yeah! my tank bots. I think that was one of the most unimaginative names.
Robots 2,
Yeah,
this is the song right now.
But it's never gonna get that far.
Yeah, that's okay. And notice how, like, you probably couldn't tell, like, everything was, like, super smooth when it comes to, like, the melody, like, over the track 1 and track 2, but, like, I know these songs so well that I'm like, oh, like, I wasn't even paying attention, but I heard the start of it.
Yeah, you pick it up. And, like, the transition are smooth. And for games like RTS, it's like, this is, you know, 20 minutes-ish per race of, like, there are 3 songs each that loop, right?
Yeah.
So that it's a loop of 3 songs, essentially. And they all fit together really well.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of playing, or writing music for games specifically.
For an RTS.
Yes, RTS, yes. Very specifically, RTS is having good songs that aren't about one part of the song. Yeah, exactly. It's about the composition as a whole. So there's some like, times where it's like a little more subtle, and then there's build-ups, and then there's big crazy noises and all this awesomeness.
But what's kind of odd with like video game music in general is that that's how it has to be. Even with like Mega Man, there was like really awesome like melodies, but when composers are making like music for video games, they have to make sure that nothing is particularly louder or stands out that much more than the rest, or else they would interrupt the gameplay in a sense. But like I never get that sense with any of these music because like right now I'm all hyped up because it's going really fast. And it's like
and you're like
it's not
stuff
interrupting it. Oh, it's like so good. But that's like the difference between just like normally produced music and like
exactly right. Like you have to take it as video game music, and although it does stand up really well on its own, like we listen to this stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's really nice too because like because they don't want to like have anything stand out, is that they don't have any lyrics. They don't have anything like they don't have a human voice component, which
exactly.
I love the little like gaseous things that like go up close and like destroy everything else.
They had little electric balls.
Yeah. And like literally like 50% of my like playlist. Like I have like over like 1,500 songs. Like half of them don't have lyrics, and I honestly prefer them a lot more.
And I think part of the reason your playlists are so strong and like people like it is because they're music from games that take the concept of, hey, there's not actually supposed to be lyrics here, right? Like this is intentional in order to, you know, keep focus on the game more than anything else. And like I said, it's not like you can't just listen to it. Like, I mean, I've spent many a night just listening to Just for Kids constant, like, oh, yeah, so good.
I'm so glad he gave us permission to use this.
Yeah, oh yeah, Just for Kid, if you ever watch our videos, we love you. We loves you. Thank you for letting us use your 16-bit tracks. We do very much appreciate it.
They're so good.
Yeah, many good, awesome replay highlight will follow, or whatever I can use it in. I'll find ways. I can be creative.
And just like if you listen right now to like the robot, like right now.
Yeah.
It sounds like a robot is singing.
Yeah.
It's so good. And that's how they make lyrics in the game. It's kind of funny. They took a robot voice and they're like, let's make it sing.
Yeah. The robot opera.
Because it's the vocal range of the human. Like, is like at the top. Like that sounds like someone could sing it. Mm-hmm. And it kind of takes breath like scenes, like you know what fucking sucks about the AI is as soon as you kill a building, it tries to remake it.
Yeah.
So you end up trying to like bounce between two like dying buildings.
You have to starve it
like,
for resources
until it stops making new buildings. You're like, stop it.
Yeah.
Just die. I've killed all your shit. Surrender. GG.
GG.